And then later, being a Persian man, there was people that were doing opium. And when I say opium, there was different types of opium. There was opium that the hippies had that they would call it like, it was like a certain smell and flavor and taste, but it certainly wasn't what these Persians were getting me. These Persians were getting old country opium, which by the time I was in my mid 20s, I got very addicted to that. It wasn't a head high, it was more of a body high. It was a lot of a ritualistic fashion of doing it. You like we'd sit and we would drink tea and have chocolate to kind of mess with our bloodstream and our blood system, but also I do this opium not knowing I'm addicted to this stuff. And so after doing it for 6 months straight, always smoking it, I got to a point where I didn't do it for a few days and I experienced physical withdrawals like I'd never experienced before, worse than the heroin, right? And so when I experienced that, I was like, I never want to feel this way again. I went through my own detox of quitting that, but again, I didn't quit other drugs. And later, I got into a relationship with a female that was 22 and I was 27. Mind you, remember, I quit doing meth at 23. I was anti meth. I thought I'd never do meth again. And when I got with this female, she had a twin sister and another friend, and the three of them were just getting into meth. And experienced drug user that I was, needed to let them
I'll
know.
show you.
How about this? I've done this stuff too. It started very gradually with the meth again. I didn't think I would ever smoke it. I thought that was for junkies. I thought I could only snort it, but I realized that at that point, within a few years, the meth I was using a few years back was different. That was crank, that was crystal methamphetamine. This was this was glass. And so this stuff was
Mm.
washed with acetone and you could smoke it. And so these girls were like using some of that. I got into it with them, and that's where it just took off. Like I went from the time I was about 26, 27, my addiction to meth, it trumped everything. Like there was no other drug except for ecstasy that was as important to me, and GHB that was as important to me as meth. I lived for meth morning, noon, and night, and I was enslaved to that drug for the next decade.